You may not be ready for what August is about to reveal, because the truth rarely arrives in the form your hope requested. Sometimes August does not reveal the person who will finally choose you. It reveals why you kept choosing uncertainty. It does not reveal a perfect opportunity. It reveals the skill you must finish before the opportunity can hold you. It does not reveal that every delay was destiny. It reveals which delay protected healing and which delay protected fear. This message will prepare you for 3 revelations. What is costing your peace? What strength has been hidden inside the waiting? And which desire may never have belonged to you? You will also receive a 3-envelope exercise for release, repair, and receiving. The final envelope is the most difficult because it asks you to stop demanding that change look dramatic. The first revelation is this: your peace has a specific leak. It may be a conversation you replay every night, a promise you keep accepting without evidence, a financial number you refuse to open, a task that occupies mental space because you will not define the first step. Peace is not always stolen by one large event. It can drain through one repeated opening. Ask, what do I repeatedly do immediately before I feel less like myself? Check the phone, agree too quickly, compare, spend, explain, avoid. The behavior before the emotional drop often reveals the leak. Do not answer with a person's name alone. Another person may participate in the problem, but identify your available action. I keep checking whether they changed. I remain in conversations after respect disappears. I postpone asking for clear information. Your action is where movement becomes possible. Here is the first surprise. Closing the leak may feel worse before it feels peaceful. You stop checking and feel the full loneliness. You set the boundary and feel guilt. You open the account and feel fear. This temporary discomfort does not prove the choice is wrong. It may be the feeling that the old coping behavior was covering. Prepare for that feeling. Decide what you will do during the first 10 minutes. Walk. Breathe slowly. Contact someone safe. Write the truth you know while calm. A boundary needs support after it is spoken. The second revelation is this: the waiting season built a capacity you have not named. You may describe the last months only by what did not happen. The relationship did not become secure. The application did not succeed. Healing did not move as quickly as expected. But look again. Did you become more discerning? Did you learn to ask better questions? Did you survive a feeling you once considered unbearable? Capacity is easy to overlook because it does not always produce applause. The ability to pause before reacting. The ability to live with uncertainty for one more day. The ability to ask for help. These are not consolation prizes. They change what you can safely receive next. Write 3 sentences beginning with, I can now. Keep them factual. I can now notice inconsistency earlier. I can now finish a difficult task in smaller parts. I can now feel disappointment without making a permanent decision. Your mind needs evidence that the waiting was not empty. Here is the trap. Do not romanticize suffering. Pain is not automatically necessary, deserved, or spiritually assigned. The point is not that everything happened for a perfect reason. The point is that you can still rescue skill, clarity, and compassion from what happened. The third revelation is this: one desire may have been borrowed. You may want the title because your family respects it. The relationship because being chosen would silence an old insecurity. The lifestyle because strangers display it as proof of success. Borrowed desires can produce real effort and real exhaustion. The closer you move toward them, the less alive you feel. Ask, if nobody could see this result, would I still want the daily life required to create it? Not the announcement. The daily life. The schedule, the responsibility, the trade-offs. A desire that survives invisibility may be more deeply yours. Now ask, what feeling do I expect this result to give me? Respect, safety, freedom, belonging. worth. Then identify another path toward that value. If the dream is yours, this deepens it. If the dream is borrowed, this creates an exit. If these three revelations already change the way you see August, subscribe. The purpose here is not to promise what the month will deliver. It is to help you recognize what the month may be asking you to face. Now we come to the 3-envelope exercise. You can use actual paper or 3 sections on one page. The first envelope is release. Write one expectation you are willing to loosen. Not necessarily the whole dream. The exact form, timing, or person through which you insisted it must arrive. I release the requirement that closure come from their explanation. I release the requirement that progress happen without embarrassment. I release the requirement that my family understand before I begin. Release is not pretending you never wanted it. It is ending the contract that says life can move only after one condition is satisfied. The second envelope is repair. Name one thing within your responsibility that needs attention. An apology, a deadline, a medical appointment, a financial conversation, a boundary you stated but did not enforce. Repair should be specific. I will become better is too vague. I will send the honest update by noon can be completed. Your future needs less guilt and more repair. The third envelope is receive. This one is difficult because receiving can feel less familiar than chasing. Write one form of support, rest, opportunity, or love you normally dismiss. Perhaps someone offers help and you immediately say no. Someone praises your work and you reduce it to luck. A calm relationship feels boring because inconsistency trained your attention. Receiving requires discernment, but it also requires enough openness to let good evidence count. Write, I am willing to receive. Finish with something grounded, clear feedback, consistent help, rest without collapse. A small opportunity that does not look impressive yet. The final envelope is not a demand. It is permission to stop rejecting what arrives quietly. Now the fourth revelation appears. Change may be ordinary before it becomes visible. A person expects a breakthrough and overlooks the email they were finally brave enough to send. They expect peace and overlook the evening they did not reopen the argument. They expect abundance and overlook the first week they recorded spending honestly. Dramatic expectation can make real progress seem too small to count. Create a quiet evidence list for August. Every evening, record one action that belongs to the life you want. One sentence. I stopped after the boundary was crossed. I worked for 20 minutes. I rested before resentment. Evidence trains attention to notice the change you are actually producing. Do not use the list to deny difficulty. Add a second line. What still needs truth? Progress and unfinished work can exist together. A mature August contains both. Now consider relationships. August may reveal who celebrates your clarity and who requires your confusion. Some people benefit when you doubt yourself because doubt keeps access open. When you become direct, they may call you selfish, cold, or changed. Do not react only to the label. Examine behavior. Can the person hear a no? Can they take responsibility without turning the conversation into your fault? Do words and actions become more aligned over time? Patterns reveal more than emotional speeches. A boundary is not a threat. It is a statement of your participation. If the conversation becomes disrespectful, I will leave and return later. If the promise is broken again, I will make my decision from the pattern. At the same time, August may reveal where you need humility. Not every disagreement is disrespect. Not every discomfort is misalignment. Ask whether the person is trying to control you or offering information you do not enjoy hearing. Growth needs both protection and correction. Now consider work. August may reveal that you are not stuck on the entire project. You are avoiding one exposed step: sending, publishing, asking, charging, naming the price. The private work feels safe because nobody can reject it. Define the exposed step. Reduce its size without removing its reality. Send one proposal. Publish one useful piece. Ask one person for feedback. The goal is not a perfect outcome. It is contact with information that private thought cannot produce. Now consider money. August may reveal the difference between scarcity and avoidance. Scarcity is a real lack of resources. Avoidance is refusing to look because the numbers create emotion. Both deserve compassion, but they require different responses. If resources are limited, seek practical support, reduce harm, and use qualified guidance where appropriate. If avoidance is present, begin with one number, one balance, one recurring cost. Clarity does not solve everything, but it ends the additional cost of not knowing. Now consider your body. August may reveal that your ambition has been borrowing energy from sleep, food, movement, and quiet. Persistent symptoms deserve professional care, but ordinary signals still matter. Irritability after exhaustion is information. Tension before one repeated conversation is information. Ask, which promise to others is being financed by a broken promise to my body? Choose one correction small enough to repeat. Here is a pattern interrupt. You are not unprepared because you feel emotion. You are unprepared only when you refuse to create a response for the emotion you already know will come. Create 3 if-then plans for August. If guilt follows my boundary, then I will wait before reversing it. If I miss one day, then I will return with 10 minutes rather than abandon the month. If an opportunity appears, then I will ask for the information I need instead of saying no from fear. Prepared responses protect your values when intensity is high. Now create a revelation readiness protocol. Truth is useful only when your response does not create unnecessary harm. Step 1 is pause. When new information arrives, do not immediately announce, accuse, quit, or promise. Unless safety requires fast action, give your body time to settle. A strong feeling can contain truth and still produce an unwise first response. Step 2 is verify. Ask what you directly know, what you were told, and what you are assuming. Keep these in separate lines. I know the deadline changed. I was told the reason was budget. I am assuming they do not value me. Verification protects you from turning uncertainty into certainty. Step 3 is choose the smallest responsible response. Ask the question. Request the document. Take space. Complete the application. Do not demand a complete life decision when one information gathering step is available. Step 4 is support. Decide who or what helps you remain aligned after the choice. A trusted person, a professional, a written boundary, a scheduled review. Wisdom is easier to maintain when it is not forced to survive alone. Pause. Verify. Choose. Support. Use this sequence when August reveals something you did not expect. There are 5 questions that can reveal more than another prediction. What am I repeatedly defending that repeatedly hurts me? Where do my words say yes while my behavior says no? Which task grows heavier because I refuse to begin it badly? Whose disappointment am I treating as proof that my boundary is wrong? Which good thing am I refusing because struggle feels more familiar? Do not answer all 5. The question that creates the strongest honest reaction is probably enough for 1 week. If the first question reaches you, examine attachment. You may be defending a relationship, job, or identity, because criticism of it feels like criticism of your past choices. You can honor why you chose something and still update the choice with new evidence. If the second question reaches you, examine commitment. Perhaps you agreed from guilt, then avoid the task and resent the person. A clean no may be kinder than an unreliable yes. If the third question reaches you, examine perfection. Define the smallest complete version. Begin where reality can answer you. If the fourth question reaches you, examine access. Another person's discomfort may matter, but it does not automatically determine your limit. If the fifth question reaches you, examine receiving. Let calm, consistency, help, and small opportunities count as evidence. Your life does not have to arrive through crisis to feel meaningful. There may also be a revelation you do not like. You were hoping a new month would remove a decision that belongs to you. No date can make the conversation happen. Submit the work or close the access. A date can create a threshold. You still cross it through behavior. For the next 72 hours, complete one release, one repair, and one act of receiving. Delete the saved shortcut. Send the apology. Accept the help. Keep each action small and physical. Do not announce everything. Some beginnings need privacy. Let consistency gather weight before outside opinion arrives. At the end of 72 hours, ask, what did August reveal through my behavior? Perhaps you are braver than you felt. Perhaps the boundary was overdue. Perhaps the goal still matters. Perhaps rest improved the decision. Before you go, remember the three revelations. Your peace has a specific leak. Waiting built a capacity you can now name. One desire may have been borrowed. These truths are not punishments. They are information for a life that wants to become more honest. You are not required to be ready for the whole month. You need readiness for the next truth and one responsible action after it. Write this in the comments. I am ready to meet the truth gently. Like this message if it revealed one practical step, and subscribe for more spiritual motivation grounded in clarity and action. August does not have to promise you everything. It can become the month you finally stop hiding from what you already know.